Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this video I thought, you know what, I'm going to sit down because I have something to talk about. You might have known in one of my videos, I think it was the Q&A with my mum, we spoke about the role models. We spoke about role models and we spoke about how, you know, my mum and my dad are my role models, and I said that I couldn't film a video with my dad because he's no longer here. So this video is going to be about tips on losing a loved one. It doesn't have to be a parent, it could be aunties, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, grandparents, or just a family friend. It is hard losing someone. It is hard to lose a loved one. So let's start at the beginning. On the 7th of March 2014, I was going to say 13, but he was still here in 2013 because that's the year I turned 18. In 2014, on the 7th of March at 3:30, we got a phone call saying that Dad had passed away. Which obviously shocked us all because it's losing a parent. I was 18, my brother was 13. Holy crap. Sorry about my, if I use any absurd language, like swearing, I'm sorry. It just really annoys, like, it doesn't annoy me that he's not, like, here anymore. Well, it does, but, you know, it couldn't be helped. The intensive care unit staff where he was did whatever they could to try and help him out. But it's a 50-50 chance whether he's going to survive or not, and unfortunately he didn't survive. So I will start at the beginning. He got rushed into intensive care on the Wednesday, and this happened on the Friday. Like, he died on the Friday, he went in on the Wednesday. And so yeah, he had what was called an aneurysm in the brain, which is just like a bleed in the brain. So they operated on him, like, got that under control, and he was in intensive care for, like, up until Friday afternoon, basically. And then he decided, well, obviously the ambulance came and took him to the hospital. They operated on him, and we got a phone call saying that Dad was in intensive care, which was hard because you think, shit, what the fuck's going to happen? Like, I don't want him to go, I don't want him to die, but we didn't know what was going to happen on Wednesday. So obviously I got told by my mum that Dad had been rushed to hospital. Obviously Mum and Dad have got divorced and my dad remarried, so it was my stepmom that phoned my mum to tell us. So we went over and I spent Wednesday with him. Came back home, went to college the next day, and I really didn't feel happy, so I just said, look, I can't go back home and I want to just be there with my mum and stuff, because obviously I explained what was happening. And I went, yeah, that's fine, don't worry, go, it's fine. So I got home, we actually went to the hospital again that night, and I got told to say my final goodbyes, because obviously with them turning the life support off, who knew what was going to happen. But, you know, I said my final goodbyes, and luckily my uncle was there, so, and obviously Rob wanted to stay, which is my little brother, but I had obviously said my final goodbyes and things, and then I went to my niece for that night because obviously it was just easier. And obviously my cousin, bless her, she could see that I wasn't obviously happy and I was upset, so she gave me a cuddle. And I went to bed and didn't think anything of it. And then the Friday I came back home, Mama came to pick me up, and obviously I didn't go to college because I couldn't. I just waited until what was going to happen. And then at 3:30 on the Friday, we got the phone call saying that he'd gone and passed. However, we went to the caravan and obviously I was an emotional wreck. As you could tell. I'm an emotional wreck now, 7 years down the flipping line. But yeah, some of the fun stuff that were at the caravan park where we had a caravan for a while, obviously made me laugh, made me smile, and took my mind off it for the weekend. But coming home and obviously spending as much time as I possibly could with my stepmom, knowing that she had to deal with the loss as well. Like, everyone had to deal with it, and letting people know that Dad was no longer there, it was flipping hard work. It was like, I remember being on the phone to my best friend Lauren, who you will meet at one point because I'm sure I'll drag her onto the channel at some point. I remember phoning Lauren and being like, Dad's passed away. And she broke down. She was like, what the hell, what? Knowing, yeah, Dad is literally no longer here. And I explained everything, and she was like, Jesus, that's not good. And I was like, no, it's not really great, is it? Obviously, I do still miss him, and I love him to pieces, which is obvious. And just like, why wouldn't you love your dad anyway? Like, I wouldn't wish the loss of a parent on anybody, because it is heartbreaking. And obviously his funeral was just a time spending with my stepmom and family, and just reminiscing on all the fun, good memories we had with Dad and stuff, which was lovely. And obviously I went back to college on the Monday after this all happened, because I didn't want to just sit at home, because if I sat at home I'd think about things like, what if Dad was here, what would be different, and it would just make me emotional. So I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to go back to college, I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to go to college and I'm going to just like sit and do work, because it won't take my mind off it, because that's the wrong term, but it'll make me like think about different things and not just reminisce about what's just happened. So I obviously explained to uni what had happened, and they were like, oh, sure thing, you can just sit in an office, you can sit in the office and just do the work, and we'll just email your tutors to email work over. And obviously I did work all day, and then yeah, I kept going to college because I wanted to do my work and things. My lips are so dry. Sorry guys. But yeah. Now on to some coping mechanisms, and yeah. If you're not coping, very well with losing someone, like losing a loved one, please, please, please talk to somebody, whether that be a parent, a relative, a friend parent, a teacher if you're still in school, a tutor if you're in like uni or college, or if you can't talk to any of them and you don't want to like keep this all inside, please do the right thing and go and speak to a bereavement counsellor. Bereavement counsellors just want to hear what you want to talk about. They're not going to judge you, they're not going to ask you a million questions. They just want to know like what you were going through and how they'll give you advice on like how to help with things and how to help you cope a lot more. Luckily, I didn't have to go to a bereavement counsellor because I had my mum there, I had my stepmom there. Me and my stepmom always have a laugh, like about dad and stuff. It's nothing I wouldn't have said to his face, so it's all good, isn't it? But yeah, just please talk to somebody. As long as you're talking to somebody about what you're going through, this will be help easier. And they do say it gets easier. They say it gets easier the more years that you've gone without them. It doesn't get easier, guys. It just you just learn to deal with it. Like you learn to just deal with them being not here anymore. And to be honest, guys, it's hard for me to explain like the feeling of losing somebody. Like, unfortunately, I have gone through it a few times. Like, not much later after my dad passed away, his mum passed away, so my nana passed away, and obviously my stepmom's dad passed away, and my stepmom's sister passed away, and I just feel like I need to talk to people about things and how I feel, which for one is nice just because obviously you do get to talk to somebody. And if you're talking to a parent about a loved one, they can kind of like reminisce about them good times, and maybe you can just like talk to each other about how we're feeling. Losing dad, it brought me and my little brother closer to each other, because it's like, yeah, we are brother and sister, we do have a relationship, but it's been brought closer after dad passed away. And I know it sounds wrong to say that dad passing away brought me and Robbie closer together, but it's what happened. Like, I'm not saying that this long down the line, if dad was still here, we wouldn't be this close. We may have been this close, who knows? But I just want you guys to know that you can talk to somebody. If you've lost somebody and you just want to talk, comment down below. I'll happily have a conversation with people. Like, I'm not afraid to listen. I'm a good listener. I can give some good advice. I just sometimes can't take the advice myself, but you know. But you guys know there is always someone there to talk to you. There is always someone there to talk to if you really need to talk to somebody. Another tip on learning to cope. Coping with the loss of a loved one / parent. Like, going back to normality. That might sound wrong to do that, but there's going to be things, there's going to be songs, there's going to be places, there's going to be everything that reminds you of somebody. For me, there's a song that reminds me of dad. It's obviously an alcoholic beverage that, you know, reminds me of my dad, which I do enjoy. The song is Luther Vandross, That's My Father Again. That song, I love that song. And luckily I got to sing it before Dad passed away, and Dad got to hear me sing it because I'd obviously heard the song in something and I loved it. So obviously I was learning it, and I got to sing it on the karaoke, and Dad got to hear me sing it, which is incredible because that's a song that reminisces with me as a good time. Like, yeah, it was also played at his funeral, so it does upset me at times as well. But there's times where I can listen to the song and just think, look, I sang that to Dad first. Not my problem. Not my fault. Doesn't upset me that much, but, you know. There's been times. I remember one time I was at the caravan site where we owned a caravan. And yeah, I sang the song and I couldn't make it through the song without bursting into tears. So Mum had to come and help me finish the song off. But then one of the reps that worked at the caravan park, he said to me, "You have an incredible voice." And I just thought, thank you very much. But I put so much emotion into the song and remembered so many emotions through the song. Obviously it got on top and I just melted, just broke down into tears. But there's times where I do listen to it and I'm like, do you know what? I am happy with the song and I love the song anyway. I love Luther Vandross as an artist anyway. If you want to listen to a good Luther Vandross song, I'd recommend Dance My Father. But I'd also recommend I'd Rather. That's another Luther Vandross song that I absolutely love. I just love it. And another tip on losing someone. I know it may be hard to not just think thoroughly about what's just happened, but try and do things that you enjoy to take your mind off things. So whether that's listening to a podcast, watching YouTube, or just putting on a film or pampering yourself, really do just try and not take it out of your mind, because obviously you're never going to be able to do that fully, but listen to something or just watch something that you really enjoy watching and have a laugh, have a really incredible time, like a really nice time. I wish that when Dad first passed away and I needed a podcast or a YouTube video to listen to watch, I wish the Shagged, Married, Annoyed podcast with Chris and Rosie Ramsey was out, because one, myself and Dad both loved Chris Ramsey as a comedian anyway, and I just think his relationship with Rosie is just incredible. And obviously they've got 5-year-old Robin, who shares a birthday with me as well. Like, the 27th of October is my birthday, but it's also Robin Ramsey's birthday. So yeah, I bought the book, but my iPad is currently stacked on top of the book. Another book, Rosie Ramsey's book, and 3 eyeshadow palettes to make it high enough so it's not cut completely off. And then yeah, so if any of you guys have lost a parent or lost a loved one and got any tips on coping mechanisms for other people to use, comment them down below as well, please, so that we can all help each other out, and don't be afraid. I can't stress this enough. Do not be afraid to talk to somebody, whether that be a friend, family member, or even a bereavement counsellor. They only want what's best. They'll only offer advice and ways of doing and dealing with things that you guys will obviously might not have thought about or used to focus on. So sorry for rambling for 20 minutes. I'm gonna say 25, but it's not. But as I said, thank you very much for you guys watching. Please comment down below what other videos you want me to film as well, because I've currently got my creative flow back to film videos. I was off for a few months because of uni and just wanted to get back into the swing of being a uni student, because I've been off since March. I've obviously done work since then, because obviously with March was a semester, was like part of my semester. So obviously having work still to do and assignments to do and things. But since like June, I've not had like much. I've just not really like, you know, knowing what to film. But I know I want to film this. I've already filmed another makeup look for this look, because this is what I wore today for my birthday. I'm going to be filming what I got for my birthday, apart from some of the things have now been eaten. Gone. But yeah. So yeah. Please give this video a big thumbs up so it reaches more people, and so that we can bring light into losing somebody special to you. And please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the little red subscribe button, and please hit the notification bell so you don't miss another upload of mine. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry it's a bit of a downer video, but I promise that my next video will be a happy one. I love you all. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.